Namasarvebhyaha sarvesham hardam swagatam. We'll start the class by chanting the Prarthana Shlokas. Krishno rakshadu manchara chara guruhu Krishnan namasyamyaham Krishne namara shatrabo vinikataha Krishnaya tasmai namaha Krishna deva samudhidam jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham Krishne bhaktirajanjalastu bhagavan He Krishna tubhyan namaha Prapanna parijataya Totra vetraika panaye Jnana mudraya Krishnaya Gitamrtatuhe namaha Vasudeva sutan devam Kamsa chanura martanam Devaki paramanandam Krishna vande jagat gurum. Sarvesham punaswagatam. So we'll do a punaravartanam of this 14th chapter.
Padma Vishwanathan Bhagini.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Chaturtashodhyayaha Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogaha Shri Bhagavanuvacha Param Bhuyah Pravakshyami Jnananang Jnanamuttamam Yajñatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha Idajnanamupashritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyathanti cha.
Dhanyawad Bhagini.
Kanchana Bhagini.
Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbhan dadamyaham sambhavas sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata sarva yonishu kaunteya mutaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija prabhapita.
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
Sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhava nibadhanti mahabaho dehe dehinamavyayam tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakamanayam sukha sangena badhyati Jnana Sangena Chanagha.
Uttam.
Pushpa Bhagini. Pushpa Bhagini. Lakshmi HS Bhagini.
Rajo Ragatmakau Vidhi Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam Tannibadhnati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam Tamastvajnana Jau Vidhi Mohanam Sarva Dehinam Ramadalasya Nidrabhi Tannibadhnati Bharata.
Uttam.
Sorry, Bhagini, my icon was not seen, so I could not open it.
Recite Bhagini.
Okay. Sattvam sukhe sanchayati rajas karmani bharata jnanam avritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayatyuta rajastasmaschabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajas sattvam tamaschaiva tamas sattvam rajastatha.
Yat rajas tamaschabhibhuya.
Rajas tamascha
Again, ramas tamaschabhibhuya.
Rajas tamascha.
Okay. Uttam.
Okay.
Okay.
Raghunath Mahodaya. Raghunath Mahodaya.
सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानै यदा तदा विद्याद् विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युत लोभः प्रवृत्तिरारम्भः कर्मणामशमस्पृहा रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ।
उत्तम।
Vatsala Bhagini.
अप्राशको प्रवृत्तिच्छ प्रमादो मोह एव च तमस्येदानि जायन्ते विवृत्ते कुरु नन्दन।
Once again, ma'am. Once again, this.
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिच्छ प्रमादो मोह एव च तमस्येदानि जायन्ते विवृत्ते कुरु नन्दन। यथा सत्त्वे प्रवृत्ते तु प्रलये याति देहभृत् तदोत्तमविद्वान् लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते।
Sapna Bhagini.
रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढयोनिषु जायते कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहुः सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्।
Ilavarasi Bhagini.
तत्त्वात् संजायते ज्ञानं रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोघौ तमसः भवतो ज्ञानमेव च ऊर्ध्वं कक्षन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अथो कक्षन्ति तामसाः।
उत्तम।
Anita Bhagini.
हरे कृष्णा प्रणाम। नयनं गुणैभ्यः कर्तारां यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणाभ्याश्च परं वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति। गुणातेन तित्येतेन देहि देशा समुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखौ विमुक्तामृतम् आश्रुते।
उत्तम, धन्यवादः।
हरे कृष्णा प्रणाम।
Anasuya Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गे स्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् पतितो भवति प्रभोः किमाचारं कथं चैतान् स्त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते।
Here, Prabhoho, no, Prabho. And Kimacharah Kathang Jaitan.
कैर्लिङ्गै स्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् पतितो भवति प्रभो किमाचारं कथं चैत्रान् स्त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते। श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि कांक्षति।
उत्तम।
धन्यवादः महोदय।
Padma Jagan Bhagini.
उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते समदुःखः सुखस्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरः तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः।
उत्तमं गच्छामि।
हेमा भगिनी।
मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षय सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते।
मित्रारि पक्षयोः।
पक्षयोः ओके महोदय। मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते। माञ्च यो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणा समतीत्यैतान् ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते।
गच्छामि।
प्रेमा श्रीराम भगिनी।
ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्य व्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे गुणत्रय विभागयोगो नाम चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः।
उत्तम गच्छामि। Anybody else?
वरलक्ष्मी रमेश भगिनी। वरलक्ष्मी भगिनी। मालिनी भगिनी।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रय विभागयोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच परं भूयः प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमम् यज्ञात्वा मनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमितो गताः इदं ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागताः सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलयेन व्यथन्ति च।
उत्तम।
देवी चित्रा भगिनी।
मम यो निर्महद्ब्रह्म तस्मिन् गर्भं दधाम्यहं सम्भवः सर्वभूतानां ततो भवति भारत। सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति याः तासां ब्रह्म महत् योनिः अहं बीजः प्रजः पिता। अहं बीजः प्रतः पिता।
उत्तम।
विनोदा भगिनी।
सत्वं रजस्तम इति गुणाः प्रकृतिसम्भवाः निबध्नन्ति महाबाहो देहे देहिनमव्ययम्। तत्र सत्त्वन्निर्मलत्वात् प्रकाशकमनामयम् सुखसङ्गेन बध्नाति ज्ञानसङ्गेन चानघ।
पद्मा विश्वनाथन भगिनी।
रजोरागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णासङ्गसमुद्भवं तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्म संगेन देहिनम्.
Oh, 1 second. When you make, you want to repeat it, you repeat the whole sloka again.
रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णा संग समुद्भवम् तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्म संगेन देहिनम्. तमस्त्वज्ञानजं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनां प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिः तन्निबध्नाति भारत.
उत्तम.
धन्यवाद.
किरण लक्ष्मी किरण भगिनी.
सत्वं सुखे संजयति रजः कर्मणि भारत ज्ञानमावृत्य तु तमः प्रमादे संजयत्युत रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारत रजसत्वं तमश्चैव तमसत्वं रजस्तथा.
कांचना श्रीराम भगिनी.
सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानै यदा तथा विद्यात् विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युत लोभः प्रवृत्तिरारम्भः कर्मणा मनसः स्पृहा रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ.
Once again, ma'am, this sloka.
First pada.
Yes, they both, all the complete sloka.
Lobha pravrittirarambha karmana manasasprha.
Karmana mashamasprha.
Karmana mashamasprha.
Once again, don't stop there. You can continue from the beginning itself. We chant once.
Karmana mashamasprha.
Yes, chant one from the beginning.
Lobha pravrittirarambha karmana manasasprha.
No, karmana mashamasprha.
Sorry. Karmana mashamasprha.
Once again.
Lobha pravrittirarambha karmana mashamasprha.
No, karmana mashamasprha.
Karmana mashamasprha.
Yes.
लक्ष्मी HS भगिनी.
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च समस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु प्रलयं याति देहभृत् तदोत्तमविदान् लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते. धन्यवाद.
पुष्पा भगिनी.
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च
15th sloka. Rajasi pralayangatva.
रजसे प्रलयन्तत्वा कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढयोनिषु जायते कर्मणः सुकृतस्तस्यः सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजस्तस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्.
You're rushing up, ma'am. Don't rush up. Karmana sukritasyahu satvikan nirmalam phalam. Go slowly.
कर्मणः सुकृतत्याहुः सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजस्तस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्.
उत्तम.
रघुनाथ महोदय.
सत्त्वात् संजायते ज्ञानं रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोहौ तमसः भवतो ज्ञानमेव च ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
उत्तम.
Ilavarasi Bhagini.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेति मद्भावं सोऽधि गच्छति गुणानेनानतीत्य
Once again this.
Okay. गुणानेतानतीत्य
Threen.
Okay. Tityatreen.
Don't like that. Start from the beginning.
Okay. Gunanetanatityatreen dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityujara dukkaihi vimukto mritamashnute.
Dhanyawad.
Vatsala Bhagini.
Thank you, Bhagavad.
Arjuna uvacha guणाने तान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथं चैतां त्रिगुणान् अधिवर्तते
Three gunan ativartate.
किमाचारः कथं चैतां त्रिगुणान् अधिवर्तते.
Don't break like that. Tringunan ativartate.
त्रिगुणानतिवर्तते. श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशञ्च प्रवृत्तिञ्च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Sapna Bhagini.
उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणावर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते समदुःखसुखः स्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरः तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः.
Dhanyawad.
Anasuya Bhagini.
मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भ परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते माञ्चयो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान् समितीतेतान् ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. धन्यवादः.
Anita Bhagini.
हरे कृष्णा. ब्रह्मणा हि प्रतिष्ठाहं मृतास्य व्यायस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च. ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भागवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्र श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे गुणत्रय विभाग योग नाम 14 अध्यायः.
Uttam. Dhanyawad.
हरे कृष्णा. प्रणाम.
Ram. So when we chant, let us chant the best possible. We should not do it carelessly. You must try to chant as best as possible, because you must remember that Sri Krishna is also listening to it. You must have that feeling in our mind that Sri Krishna is listening to this chanting. So let us chant the best that we can. So not that we are the best, but the best we can. That way we can do. That way we can improve ourselves. thinking that the Bhagavan is also witnessing this chanting. Dhanyavadaha. We have concluded with the 14th chapter. We will slowly slide into the 15th chapter. 1 second, I will. How is it? Is it going? Oh, yes. Yes. You go. Yes, you go here. Chapter. Yes, we'll continue with the 15th chapter. Okay, we can do this. We'll start the chapter. Om Shri.Paramatmane Namaha. We continue.
Padma Jagan Bhagini.
Om Shri.Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha Panchadashodhyayaha.
Ata Panjatashodhyayaha. Ata Panjatashodhyayaha.
Purushottama Yogaha.
Purushottama Yogaha. Purushottama Yogaha.
Hema Bhagini.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Panchadashodhyayaha. Purushottama Yogaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Ata Panchadashodhyayaha. Purushottama Yogaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Ata Panchadashodhyayaha. Purushottama Yogaha.
Uttam. So this is the chapter on the yoga of supreme being, Purushottama Yoga. Yoga of supreme being is this chapter. So in this is a very short chapter of 20 slokas, very short, but very powerful chapter. So it summarizes the entire Gita as well as the Vedas itself. It summarizes. So it's a very powerful chapter. So here in this chapter, just briefly, Krishna urges us to cut apart the firmly rooted tree of the material world with the weapon of detachment. So here Krishna explains the material world more vividly so that Arjuna can understand it better. So Krishna compares symbolically the material world to an upside down tree. So that will continue, we'll know it better. So Krishna urges you to cut apart this firmly rooted tree of this that he compares the material life, that is samsara, that is with the material world with the weapon of detachment. So Krishna expounds the nature of Brahman and how it perverts the manifested world. Brahman is self-effulgent and it is not illumined by the sun, moon, or the fire. It is self-effulgent, this Brahman. So about that, it's a very powerful chapter. About 20 slokas only, very short chapter. We'll see. Continue.
Rema Shriram Bhagini.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Urdhvamulamata shakham.
Urdhvamulamata shakham. Urdhvamulamata shakham.
Ashwatham prahuravyayam.
Ashwatham prahuravyayam. Ashwatham prahuravyayam.
Chandamsi yasya parnani.
Chandamsi yasya parnani. छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि
Yastau Veda sa Vedavit.
यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित् यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्.
Uttam. Dhanyavadaha. You'll see Bhagavan, the blessed Lord, is telling here, Urdhva, this is Mahaprana, Adhashakam. Whenever Visarga followed by Sa or Sha, this Sa, Sha, Sha, Visarga followed by that means you have to have that additional Shakam. Ashwatham Prahurabhyam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastau Veda, because Aniswara followed by Bakara, Yastau Veda, Sa Veda Veda. So here, the word Ashwatha is coming. Ashwatha refers to means which is temporary. That is, what was not yesterday, it is there today. What was there yesterday, it is not there today. Like that, it is very temporary nature. That's samsara. So it refers to the word samsara. Samsara is this worldly life with all its ups and downs, etc. That is refers to samsara. Which is what was there yesterday, it is not there today. Like that, samsara is happening like that. So Ashwatha means that meaning is also there. So it is imperishable, but not constant and steady. It will not be same as it was yesterday. It will be different today. So this samsara has its origin in Brahman. This samsara, worldly material world, has its origin in Brahman, and as it branches down, it gets more and more materialized. It gets more and more involved in the material world. So Ashwatha also means the people tree. There is which is a tree belonging to the banyan family. You have seen the banyan tree. So the speciality of this banyan tree is that it supplies sap from the above and sends the branches down into the earth. So sends its branches into the earth. It starts from above and sends it to the earth. So in this respect, the functioning of the samsara resembles that of this tree. The Brahman is at the top. He is sending down the material world. He creates the material world. Similarly, the root of this tree is also at the top, and it sends down its branches down. So this is compared. Ashwatha tree is compared to material, that is the samsara, the material world. So both of them receive their sustenance from above and come down to earthly existence. They get their existence, sustenance from above. So the tree is both a symbol. The tree is just to make it more clear to Arjuna. So that's what Bhagavan is comparing it with this tree, the Ashwatha tree. And also it is having its own unique existence. So revealing life. So if you study that, you can similar to that. It aids the study of life in all its aspects, all over the Prakriti. Whatever is there the Prakriti, you can compare it with the life of that tree. But that life is self-expressive, is made known to us by the leaves of the tree. Life is self-expressive. That is grows. It grows. So that the growth thing is expressing itself. So it is, you can see it in the study of the leaves of the tree. The leaves sprout from the tree, like that the life is also sprouting like that. The varieties of life is also indicated by the leaves. They enable us to distinguish one tree from another. Parallel to this are the chandamsi, the leaves. Parallel to this leaves is the chandamsi, that is the hymns of the Vedas. Hymns of the Vedas. That actually chandamsi yasya parnani. So these hymns of the Vedas is like the leaves. So through these hymns, the expression of life all over the nature is suggested to a seeker of knowledge. This what our Veda says is only what is there in Prakriti only. It doesn't say anything extraordinary things. What is there in actually in Prakriti, in nature, it says in terms of birds. That's all. So through these hymns, the expression of life all over the nature is suggested to a seeker of knowledge. Hymns in the Vedas are the general term used for all branches of knowledge. Here, Bhagavan is mentioning Chandamsi Yasya Parnani. Is mentioning hymns of the Vedas, but it includes all kinds of knowledge. So they are like leaves, which is growing and which is sustaining this life. So the Vedas show the ways of employing life both for good and bad. It shows the ways, Vedas. This transitory life transforms itself into the life absolute when Brahmajnana is attained. Brahmajnana is attained, you have become the absolute life. But short of that enlightenment, this mundane existence drags painfully without beginning and without end. It goes on. If you don't get that Brahmajnanam, it is therefore called Avyayam. It was imperishable. It goes on. That cycle goes on. So that is imperishable. So he who reads and understands the compiled books of the Vedas, that is, the Vedas, he has got the Chatur Vedas are there, 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, those Vedas, who reads those Vedas and gets to know them, he is not called Vedavit, the knower of the Vedas. He is not called Vedavit, who reads and understands the books. Books are only mere aids and guides. They only guide us. He alone is Vedavit, who knower of Brahma, who truly sees into the marvelous working of nature, who really sees what is happening in the nature. He is the man who is knowledgeable of the Vedas. He has studied the nature, Prakriti he has studied. What is the Veda is only what is there in the Prakriti. So if he has studied directly from the Prakriti, then there is no need for books. He has learned everything from the Prakriti itself. So Prakriti is the true imperishable Veda projected by the Maker. So we have to study the Prakriti, the nature, and then that is here is understanding. No, we are studying the nature. We are studying the people tree, the Ashwatha tree, and trying to understand what life is. So everything we have to see Prakriti, and from Prakriti we can understand. That's what Bhagavad says here. So here, Urdhva Moolam Adashyagam, the meaning of this sloka is that the Lord said, they speak of an eternal Ashwatha tree with its roots above and branches below. Urdhva Moolam Adashyagam. Branches below. Ashwatham Prahuravyayam is imperishable also they say. Prahuravyayam. Its leaves are Chandamsi Yasya Parnani. Leaves are the Vedic hymns. Yes, Tau Veda na Veda. And one who knows the secret of this tree is the knower of the Vedas. The secret of this tree is the knower of the Vedas. This is what Bhagavan says in this tree. So in this sloka.
Rema Shriram Bhagini.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha Urdhvamulamata Shakham.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha Urdhvamulamata Shakham. Shri Bhagawanuvacha Urdhvamulamata Shakham.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam. Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Chandamsi Yasya Parnani.
Chandamsi Yasya Parnani. Chandamsi Yasya Parnani.
Yastau Veda Savedavit.
Yastau Veda Savedavit. Yastau Veda Savedavit.
Varalakshmi Ramesh Bhagini.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha Urdhvamulamata Shakham.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha Urdhvamulamada Shakham. Urdhvamulamada Shakham.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Ashwatham Prahuravyayam. Ashwatham Prahuravyayam.
Chandamsi Yasya Parnani.
Chandamsya Yasya Parnani. Chandamsya Yasya Parnani.
Yastau Veda Savedavit.
Yastau Veda Savedavit. Yastau Veda Savedavit. Thank you.
Malini Bhagini.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha ऊर्ध्वमूलमथ शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम्
ऊर्ध्वमूलमदशाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् ऊर्ध्वमूलमदशाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम्
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्थौ वेद स वेदवित्
उत्तमम्।
विनोदा भगिनी
श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमथ शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम्
श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधशाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधशाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम्
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्
उत्तमम्।
पद्मा विश्वनाथन भगिनी
श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमथ शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्
श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्
लक्ष्मी किरण भगिनी
श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाकम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य वर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्
Second line once again.
छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तौ वेद स वेदवित्
Uttam. Next, we slip into the next sloka. This sloka is in a different chandas. It is in that what is called different chandas, not Anushtup chandas. It is Bhujari. Here, Athash, I will just chant. Athaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha athascha mulanyanu karmanubandhini manushya-loke. So here Bhagavan says the branches of this tree extend upward and downward. Athaschordhvam. The branches of tree it goes extend upward as well as downward. So nourished by the three gunas, guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha. Nourished by the three gunas, we know the gunas, with the objects of the senses as the buds, as the tender buds, guna pravruddha. This is and nourished by this. How this tree is growing by three gunas with the objects of the senses. You know the sense objects as tender buds. So the roots of the tree hang downward. The roots of the tree hang downward, causing the flow of karma in the human form. Flow of karma. Below its roots branch out, causing karmic actions in the world of humans. So its roots, the roots hang down and they branch out, causing karmic actions in the world of humans. So this is what is how the tree, the people trees features are compared to a human life itself. So the analogy between the people tree and the samsara, that is the life of each and every one of us, comprising of the phenomenal existence, is continued. The branches of the tree spread profusely above and below. The tree of samsara, Brahmaloka and such like regions are the branches growing above. Brahmaloka and such like regions are the branches growing above for the tree. And the regions of men and other inferior beings are the branches coming down. We said branches go upward and downward. So Brahmaloka and other regions are the upward regions, and the branches that comes down is the inferior beings like men and the other beings. The enlightened ones assume superior births, and those others devoid of understanding take inferior births. Buds and twigs are put forth only by those branches which are full of sap. Where there is a juice, that sap is there, that only will put out these twigs, buds and twigs, tender buds and twigs. So the functioning of the three gunas supplies the required sap. And the feasting of the senses on the sense objects puts forth the buds and twigs. The sprouting, leafing, and thriving of the tree of samsara is inevitable as long as the gunas supply the sap. The gunas are supplying the sap for the tree of samsara, and it goes on. So this is continuous as long as the gunas are feeding with the juice. If they stop feeding the juice, it will stop. The tree will dry up and it will wither away. So this is what is there is this thing has got a tree has got tap root and subsidiary roots. Tap root is regarded as the Bhagavan himself is regarded as a tap root sustaining it from above, and the multifarious activities on the earth are the branching subsidiary roots nourishing this tree of samsara. By pruning and treating the slender branch roots occasionally, the growth of the tree is augmented. This is made faster. Parallel to this, man improves his lot by reforming and readjusting his activities. So karma aids him reconstitute his nature. Doing more and more better karmas, he can reconstitute his nature. It is the karma again that binds man to every tendencies and provides momentum to prolong the beat of the birth. So karma and prakriti are inseparable. So that's what made of karma, as the jivatmas are, the roots that represents it is said to be all pervading in the universe. So karma and prakriti are inseparable. It's always inseparable. There will always be karma will be there, but what kind of karma? Sattva karma or rajas karma or this thing. So based on that, slowly the tree might get further expand, or it will get it will wither away without having the sap. So this is what Bhagavan says here in this. He'll continue.
Kanchana Shriram Bhagini.
Kastordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha.
Adhastoshthvam prastutastasya shakhaha. Adhastoshthvam prastutastasya shakhaha.
Adhaschordhvam.
Adhaschordhvam. Okay. Adhaschordhvam prastutastasya shakhaha.
Guna pravrdha vishaya pravalaha.
Guna pravrdha vishaya pravalaha. Guna pravrdha vishaya pravalaha.
Adhascha mulanyanu-santatani.
Adhascha mulanyanu-santatani. Adhascha mulanyanu-santatani.
Karmanubandhini manushya-loke.
Karmanubandhini manushya-loke. Karmanubandhini manushya-loke.
Pushpa Bhagini.
Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha.
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसुतास्तस्य शाखाः अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसुतास्तस्य शाखाः
गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबालाः
गुणः प्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः गुणः प्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः
अतश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
अधस्य मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि अधस्य मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि
कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
कर्माणुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके कर्माणुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
उत्तम
इलवरसी भगिनी
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबालाः
अधश्चोर्ध्वं अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः
अथश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
अनसूया भगिनी
अथश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबालाः
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः
अथश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके धन्यवादः
लक्ष्मी HS भगिनी
अथश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबालाः अथश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
रघुनाथ महोदय
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूल्याननुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके धन्यवादः
सपना भगिनी
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसुतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
उत्तम वेल भगिनी
पार्टिकल महोदय हैप्पी बर्थडे
थैंक यू
पद्मा जगन भगिनी
अतश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृत्ता विषयप्रबालाः अतश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके
Uttama, well chanted. Samapayamaka. We'll conclude with the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवादः प्रणमः राम राम राम
धन्यवाद महोदय
महोदय।
धन्यवाद महोदय
धन्यवादः